I have an episode on the Making Musical Quantum Leaps podcast titled Finding Your Why. And the cover art for that episode is very beautiful and unique. It has a very wonderful depiction. You see the world turned upside down and you see someone falling. I made a very profound quote in that particular pod. I said this: the key to making upward musical quantum leap maybe is to fall deep into yourself. Now, you must know everything about your voice. I also said something very profound in the Singing Bible. Okay, I said, your voice is an uncharted planet waiting for you, the explorer, to explore. There's so many parts of your voice. There's so many sounds you can make that you never thought was possible. Hello, my beautiful person. I am so glad you're listening to me again. Trust me, it's an honor, it's a privilege to be part of your growth process. Welcome to the Making Musical Quantum Leaps podcast. It's your 20-day podcast marathon, and we're talking all about repertoire building for vocal building. That's not the title anyway, but let's just take it like that. And today we're going to be talking about identifying weaknesses and strengths, using repertoire to target vocal growth. This episode, I'm going to guide you on how to analyze your vocal strengths and weaknesses, and I'm going to see how we can strategically select repertoire to address those areas. Okay, I know you feel like you cannot sing or there's nothing special about your voice, but even in that there's nothing special about your voice, there is still something special about your voice. I want to make a reference to a cartoon, The Incredibles. So, Dash has this super speed, and the mom is always like, blah, 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 don't show your powers and all that. Then Dash was like, but we are special. Then the mom said, everybody is special. Then guess what Dash said? Dash said, if everybody is special, then nobody's special. There's a lot of sense in that. So, I know you're feeling like you're not unique and there's nothing special about you. But trust me, there's something special about you. There's something unique about your voice. There's a place where you shine. Some of you must have not really started your journey, so you do not know all these strengths. But when you begin vocal training, when you begin intentional vocal training, when you begin vocal exploration, when you take a deep fall into yourself, you will begin to see those strengths. They begin to shine through. So some of us have powerful chest voice. Okay, you didn't have to work so much for it. Some of us have powerful head voice. Some of us have just things that come easy for you when you sing. It is your task to explore these things. And as much as you have strengths, you also have weaknesses. Now, I will call them weaknesses because you can still make them strengths. Yeah. When you begin to build eventually, when you begin to do exercises, when you begin to target those areas of weaknesses, eventually they will become strengths. So yes, for now there are areas of weaknesses, and we are trying to know them so that we will not to run away from them. We are trying to identify them so that we can intentionally target them. We can intentionally garner a repertoire that can address those particular weaknesses. So, take a deep breath. And out. In through your nose. And out. You know what comes to mind? The Kung Fu Panda. I'm just imagining him doing that meditation stuff. So the reason I asked us to do that is because we want to do an internal reflection. So I need you to self-assess your current vocal abilities. What vocal ranges do you feel comfortable in? We spoke about vocal range yesterday. I know some of you must have not gone to check it, but this is a call to check it, okay? So what vocal range can you sing? What is your vocal range? What is your total? What is your extremes? Then what is your tessitura, like we discussed yesterday? What is it? That place that you are most comfortable in. Now, what vocal techniques do you excel at? Is it breath control? Is it resonance? Is it agility? Mind you, agility is, oh my goodness. We will not explain those terms today. As time goes on, we'll begin to, but I think I've actually explained what resonance is, but I will do that, but not just in this episode, okay? But if I were you, I would go and start to do research myself, okay? This podcast is just a tip of the iceberg. You're supposed to go out there and do research yourself and come back and ask me questions and I will clarify you. So what vocal techniques do you excel at? Are you good at riffs and runs? Are you good at vibrato? Are you good at resonance? Are you good at agility, breath control? What technique are you good at? Another thing to do is to seek for feedbacks. Meet people and say, what shines through when I sing? What do you like? What is that beautiful quality about my singing that you like? Meet not just one person, meet musically inclined persons and meet people that are totally not musically inclined and ask them what excels when I sing. Okay? So we've spoken about the internal actually, and seeking feedback from people, that is like an external reflection, okay? External reflection. So meet your trusted mentors, vocal coaches, even people that are not musically inclined. As I said earlier, ask them, what do you feel when I sing? What shines to you? What stands out to you? Okay? So for identifying vocal weaknesses, okay, you already know these stuffs. Some of you already do, but some of you are so good. You're good. Your voice are so good, so you don't know what your weaknesses are. So you can also seek external support, external feedbacks, meet very good coaches. Ask them, okay, what area of my voice do you think I should work on? And if you are so good and they are like, this area and it's just a very minor area, you can tell them what area you want to work on and how they can help you to do that. Okay, so some of the common weaknesses people have is issues like vibrato. Vibrato is that that's vibrato, okay? Vibrato. I just did it in chest and in head voice as well. Then mixed voice. People find it hard to find their mixed voice. Some people spend their whole musical career trying to build and discover their mixed voice. Then another one is inconsistent breath supports. That's another talk for another day. We'll begin to break these things down little by little. We cannot break everything down within these 20 days, but we'll try our possible best. Okay? So tension in jaw, neck, and shoulders is another problem, especially tension in neck when they are trying to reach for high notes. That's the word, reach, because they're actually using their neck to reach for it. Meanwhile, we are not supposed to reach for high notes. We are just supposed to sing them. Yeah. So, another one is range expansion. Anyway, we'll talk about that in some other episode. So, if you struggle with breath support, you need to choose songs while you're working on it. Not like you're struggling with it, you just go and pick songs that would give you problems. No. Okay? You are already working on it. You're doing exercises to address it. That is why you're using those songs to experiment, to see if those exercises actually work, or they are working, or you need to tweak something, or you need to make it even harder. Do you understand? Yeah. So if you're struggling with let's start with techniques. So if you're struggling with technical things that has to do with technique, like legato, like I said. So defining legato. So legato is when your notes connect in a song. So you are doing do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, di, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. Okay. Then staccato is the direct opposite of legato, where your voice is having choppy lines. So you're having do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, so, fa, mi. So that's legato and staccato. Okay, I won't go deeper than that. So if you're having issues with these techniques, you have to pick while you're working on exercises. Very important. While you're doing exercises that address this problem, you are using the repertoire as a test ground, as a playground to see if these exercises are actually working. So you pick songs that have these technicalities in them. So if you're working on range expansion, pick songs that challenge your range limits. And a very, very important thing of note, ensure you remain in a healthy vocal zone. The moment pain is a sign that you are doing everything wrong. Do you understand? So the moment you're doing those things and you're feeling pain, you might feel tension, okay? But pain is a sign that whatever you're doing is wrong, okay? So if you're having issues with breath support, pick songs that have longer phrases, pick songs that are demanding on your breath control. All right. So for showcasing strengths, now these stuffs, the ones that showcase your strengths, are songs you pick when you're going for auditions. Are songs that, as an MD, if you're a musical director, you should know the strengths of your choir members, and you should pick songs that would make their strength shine. You should have it like immediately you hear a song, you should know who can sing that song, and the person's vocal strength will shine through, because in the end your vocal strength gives beauty, it brings your uniqueness to that particular song. Alright guys, I think we have to end this. It's even longer than I imagined, but a quick recap of what we talked about today. We talked about finding your strength, finding your weaknesses, and intentionally taking repertoire songs that would stretch you in the area of your weakness. But while you're doing that, you ensure that you're doing exercises that address that particular weakness that you have. I think that's the key thing you can take home from this episode. Another way to also check for your strengths and weaknesses is to actually record yourself. Singers, record yourself. You listening to me, record yourself and listen. Record yourself and listen. I don't know why it's so hard for singers. I don't know how many times I have to repeat this, but please record yourself, listen. Find those parts of your voice that you like. I know some of us just hate our voices naturally, but find those parts of your voice that you like and sing. Look for songs and hear a song. I'm like, that song will be sweet when I sing it. Alright, that'll be all for this episode. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.